Good morning. Hi. Oh, we got a dinosaur in the room. You want a banana? You want a banana? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Hi. Saravin, how are you? Oh. Good morning. Say good morning. Say good morning. We have two people on here. Oh, good. Good to hear from you. Hey, Slime Relaxation. Hey, is it Sis Cox? Hey, Vias. We are doing well. Hi, Lily. Hi, Angela. Hi, Loretta. Good morning, Frank. Hi, Squishy Fam. Hi, Alicia. Good morning. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Karen. Good morning. So I want to talk to you guys today, just for a few minutes, on what matters most. Oh, thank you. Do I call you Slime, or what is your real name? It seems weird to call you Slime. Yeah, some of your guys' usernames are funny. Good morning, Orly. So, oh, well, I'm sorry you had a bad week, Lily. I hope things get better for you. Try, take care of the things that you can take care of. Pray about the things you can't take care of, and don't worry about what you can't do. You can only do what you can do, and worrying about it and stressing about it isn't going to help you out. So don't waste your time on that. Hey, Radhika. I'm sorry to hear about your aunt. Everyone, if you could please pray for Lily's aunt who is passing away, that would be great. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you that you will intervene and that you will heal her completely and quickly. In your name we pray, amen. Okay, hi Kay. So I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about what matters the most in life. Then we can get into the Q&As. Hey Hamas, did I say that right? Okay. All right, hey Verity. We are doing well. So I'm going to read 2 short stanzas and talk to you guys about it for a little bit. Oh, don't pull on those, okay? I know they look cool, but they're not toys. I don't need my earlobes getting ripped. What matters most? So I'm reading from this book, Poems with Power to Strengthen the Soul. I don't know if you can get this book anywhere. It's over 100 years old. Probably a collector's item if I didn't have it all marked up, full of my pens and highlights and underlines. But oh well, I like things to be useful, not just ornamental. You know, that's something my old acting coach and mentor used to say to me all the time. He used to say, be useful, not just ornamental. Like, don't just sit there and look pretty. Actually do something that will help out. That's a good note for all of us, right? You want more? Okay, hold on. I got to help him with his banana. Here you go, Eli.
No.
No? I was smart and I pulled the banana out ahead of time because usually he wakes up and I'm on the live and he finds a bag of chips. So I tried to be ahead of it today. Okay, so what is most important in life? Hey, Ali Cheer. Hey, Cora. Thank you so much. Hey, BBYT14. Hey, Selena.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Okay, so I just want to talk for a brief moment about what matters most. Before I do, hey, Landon. Hi, Visor. VF Mahum. What do you guys think matters most? In life, what matters most to you? Hey, Squishy Fam. I already asked you if you had a name. Maybe I missed it when you put it. Hey, Simple Duck. Hey, Super Mushroom. Hey, Santa. Hey, Krypton. What matters most, you guys? Okay, Krypton says family. Radhika says love matters most. Love and family. Family. What matters most to me is family. My relationship with God, Angela says. Cora says family. Jonathan says Jesus. Cora says pets. Love and intelligence, says Super Mushroom. Happiness. I wouldn't give my father's love. I'm not sure what that means. People who I'm close to matters. God always matters. New babies matter. That's a good one. My daddy. Someone said family. Okay, cool. Well, what do you think matters most when it comes to... You guys are on the right track. Hey, Matthew. Oh, yes, Matthew, I've acted in lots of stuff. If you go to imdb.com and type in my name, you'll see maybe 50 things I've acted in, but I've really done like 150 things before Dhar Mann. They just didn't all get up there because they don't put up plays, they don't put up industrial films, they don't put up commercials. Anyway, so yes, I've probably done at least 150 acting projects before I started working for Dhar Mann. So what matters most in according to what you do with your life? Any idea on that? Oh, thank you, Princess. What matters in how you live your life? Any ideas? Somebody said they're signing for WWE. Well, congratulations. Success, someone said. Hey, Jarrell. Mortal duty. Okay. Oh, moral duty. I read that wrong. Moral duty. What do you mean by that? Anyone know what's most important with how you live your life? Okay. Can you bring the little boy? Okay. So I'm just going to get into it. I'm only going to read two. Eli keeps knocking the camera around. Sorry. I'm going to read two out of the three stanzas. And this is from page 33 of this book. And it's called, What Does It Matter? What does it matter? Okay. It matters little where I was born, or if my parents were rich or poor, whether they shrunk at the cold world's scorn, or walked in the pride of wealth secure. So what does that mean? This person, this writer, Noah Barker, is saying, it doesn't matter where I was born. It doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor. It doesn't matter if my parents just were cold and didn't have a lot. It doesn't matter if they were rich and had no problems in life. That has nothing to do with what matters in life, whether you're rich or poor. Then he goes on to tell you what does matter. Hi, Mike. But whether I live an honest man and hold my integrity firm in my clutch, I tell you, brother, as plain as I can, it matters much. So it doesn't matter where you're born. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. But what matters is that you're honest and that you have integrity, that you're not stepping on other people to get ahead, that you're being true to who you are. Lean, I will answer your guys' questions in a little bit. Slow Cray Jelly. I will get to your questions after I'm done talking about this topic for a little bit. Okay, so that's what matters, is your integrity and your honesty. I'll just read one more stanza. It matters little how long I stay. Woof, woof, you got a puppy? That's cute. It matters little how long I stay in a world of sin and care. So he's saying, you know what? This world is full of worries and sin and care. And, you know, it really doesn't matter even how long I live. Whether in youth I'm called away, you know, if God takes me when I'm young, or if I live till my bones are pat and bare. But whether I do the best I can, I feel like this is the key to it all. So the first stanza we know, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It doesn't matter where you're born. What matters is that you live in honesty and integrity. Now the second stanza is talking about, it doesn't matter how long I'm here on this earth. If God takes me when I'm old and drying out, or if he takes me when I'm young and fresh. What matters is whether I do the best I can to soften the weight of adversity's touch on the faded cheek of my fellow man. It matters much. So Noah Barker there's another paragraph, but he's talking about the most important thing we could do in our life is to soften the pain and the blow of adversity against our fellow man. So what is it that we can do, whether it's in our words, in our deeds, in our actions, in our examples, to lighten the load of our fellow humans, to make life better for people, for others, to soften the pain that people are going through? What is it that you can do? Is it feeding the homeless? Is it giving a kind word to someone? Is it saying a prayer to someone, for someone, and with someone? Cora says, compliment them. Someone said, spending time with my family. What can we do to make life easier? If someone is coming out to their car and they're overwhelmed with bags, can you ask them, do you need some help? Do you mind if I carry some of that for you? Is it helping a little old lady across the street? What is it that you can do? Someone said, here, give money to the poor. Help people. If you see someone, you know, when I would go to networking parties, Hollywood, a lot of networking parties, you know, there'd be all these people hobnobbing with the producers and directors and trying to get parts and trying to see what's in it for them. Ooh, who looks like an important person in this room I can talk to so I can get a job, so people will hire me as an actor and I can get the role. But I would go to these parties and I would find the person that was alone, that wasn't dressed great, that didn't look like they had any friends. And I would go find them and I would find out what they're about and talk to them. I got to the point where I wasn't going to these networking parties to network on my half, but to find people that I could lift up and to make them feel better about themselves. So you guys may not have a lot of money to give to the poor. You may not have, you know, stuff you can do for the homeless, or you may not have resources, but you have kind words. So if you guys are on the internet, you can give people compliments and in person, but it's important that you don't go on, you know, putting people down in life, bullying people, or even trolling on the internet, going on people's pages and saying nasty things about them. That is not the highest use of your time. And it's not what your purpose is. Your purpose is to lift up your fellow man, even people you don't agree with. Now, that's a hard one for some of us sometimes. We think sometimes that I'll be nice to people if they're nice to me. Well, even the sinners do that, Jesus said, right? So we need to go above and beyond that. You know, bless those who persecute you. Pray for those who spitefully use you. You know, when something is taken from you, sometimes God requires us to give more. So it's just something to think about. Life being about integrity, honesty, and uplifting your fellow man and taking the burden off of them. That's the best life. Okay. Someone's asking me to bring my little boy in here. Well, they come and go. I cannot tether them in one place. Okay. Make it easier for others. Yeah. Praying to God to make my life easier. Sometimes we need that too. Yes. I love your acting in Dhar Mann. You're my favorite actor. Thank you, Cake Pop. We should help the homeless rather than being so quick to assume. Yeah, we don't know what got them there. Sometimes it's easy for us to think, oh, well, they're just being lazy, or they could work, or that you don't know. I mean, I've seen different interviews with homeless people who've lost their wife, lost their children. They sunk so low in depression after their baby died or something that, I mean, unless you've walked a mile in someone's shoes, we can't be ones to judge. You can tell jokes to cheer people up, Cake Pop says. Wow. Okay. Is there a Dhar Mann video about it, actually? About what? There's probably a Dhar Mann video about just about everything. Thank you, Katherine. You're the best. You made my day. Oh, he's back. He's back. Someone wanted to say hi to Elijah again. You got your dinosaurs? Yeah. If you're kind to someone.
That's a baby. That's a baby
They dinosaur. Might be kind to you. They might.
That's a mommy baby dinosaur.
It's a mommy and baby dinosaur? Do you want to tell them what kind of dinosaur that is? Oh, what kind of dinosaur is this? Do you know?
I see the brontosaurus.
It's a brontosaurus. Brontosaurus, that's right. Yep, you should
That's
never
a
judge
baby
someone before you walk in their
brontosaurus.
shoes.
That's a baby.
The homeless people, there is one, I saw it. Okay,
That's a baby.
I can help the homeless. My dream is to serve people. That's a humble and beautiful dream. Yeah, and that's right in line with what I think God wants us all to do, is to help serve people. I can't really understand the short videos in which you say poetic ones. Well, sorry about that. That's why when I do poetry on here, I explain each line. So I'm sorry you don't understand my little short videos where I do poetry, because I only have 1 minute. I can't explain it all. So maybe you have to listen to it a couple times to get it. Katherine, I was bullied in my 3rd grade year all the way to 5th grade. I'm sorry, Allie Cheer. How's it going for you now? You know, I think everybody gets bullied at some point to some extent. It's just, how are you going to handle it? Have you ever gotten tired of answering the same question over and over from different people? I don't know if I've gotten tired of it. I don't know. There's new people joining every day. So what do? They haven't seen the other ones. How did you meet Dhar Mann, and how much do you get paid? Well, I met Dhar Mann working for him. He was on set one day. I was there. We used to have just one location where his live glam company would work during the day and the actors would shoot at night. So they usually would schedule us to come after the live glam workers were gone. But this one particular day, I think maybe I came early or he stayed late, and that's how I met him. As far as pay, it's, you know, I've answered this many times. In Hollywood, there's something called SAG, and there's something called non-union. If you're SAG, that's part of the Screen Actors Guild, they have set fees. So if it's like an ultra low budget, sometimes SAG, you can get like $125 a day. If it's moderate low budget, you can get like $250 a day. If it's a big super Hollywood production like a Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, big budget thing, you could get $900 or $1,000 a day. Well, Dhar Mann is not SAG, so the rules do not apply. When you are non-union, you can offer whatever you want. So he offers what he feels is a fair price, and actors can choose or choose not to work for him. But he does like an hourly pay scale. So I don't discuss it, because sometimes different people at different levels get different amounts, I think. Because I started out at one place, but then I've had a couple of raises. So I don't discuss it, because I wouldn't want anyone to go, oh, well, that's different than what it's just, you don't want any hurt feelings. So it's better not to discuss that kind of thing. Okay, so somebody just asked me, do you support it went too fast, I couldn't read all the letters, but I think they're trying to say LGBTQ. What do you mean by support? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I have a lot of friends that fit in that category, and I support my friends.
Mommy,
So yeah.
I need to fix something on your dang it.
Do you want to say hi?
No, I need to fix
Well,
something.
sorry, you're gonna have to wait. Okay. All right. Okay, I saw you acted in your 100th episode. I love seeing your acting. Will you be playing nice characters in the future? I played a nice one this week. You know, I did two, I got my little dinosaur over there. I did 2 videos this week. I think they might have both been nice. I know the last one was nice. I can't remember the one earlier in the week. Okay, what is your favorite Dhar Mann video you are in? You know what? I would suggest you go to my channel here and watch the video called My 8 Favorite Dhar Mann Videos I'm In. And I list all the way up to number 1. How are you so good at playing Karens? I don't know. I just try to give my all to everything I do. I just try to pretend like I am that person, and that's how I feel. When you play a bad character, oh yeah, Orly said you can use music to raise people's spirits. That's right. Singing to someone. Remember when David would play the harp for Saul, he would feel better? Saul had these evil spirits tormenting him in the Old Testament, and then David would come and play the harp for him, and then he would feel relieved. So yeah, that's a good one. All right, what was I saying? My problem is I stopped to answer another question, then I forget where I'm at. Oh, so the 8 favorite Dhar Mann videos. Yeah, I have a video on here called my 8 favorite Dhar Mann. Do you mind not banging around? Because like people are trying to listen. You grumpy now? Did you like playing the Karen and the Royalty family collab? Yeah, you know, that was a lot of fun. I haven't seen it yet. I have to watch that. Usually on Sundays, I try to catch up with all the videos for the week. I don't usually have time during the week to watch them. Excuse me. Say, excuse me. Okay. What's a Karen? And where did the word come from? You know, I have not looked up the official definition of it yet, but from my understanding of what I observe, I think Karens are just busybodies, people who don't mind their own business, that want to stick their nose into everything. They're also people who assume stuff that may not be true. And in my experience playing Karens, I've played a lot of racist Karens. So I don't think all Karens are racist, but I think they're all busybodies who don't mind their own business. Okay, Lonely Dragon, happy birthday. I love the new Dhar Mann video. How long have you been acting? I've been acting, well, honestly, I started in grade school, and it's been over 20 years I've been pursuing it on a professional level. Hey, Eli, you don't have to yell. So Eli's yelling because he hears his brother yelling. Okay. It was my birthday yesterday. Eli. Inside voice. Well, happy birthday. Hello from Bangladesh. Nice to meet you. What interested you in acting? Hey, we don't need to yell. Okay, Timmy. Timmy, why don't you come here? I can... Okay. So, this is my noisiest live stream I think we've ever had. I'm sorry. The kids are just... Oh, hi from Liverpool. Hello from India. Karens can be racist. Assume you were up to no good. When you play a Karen, assume you were up to no good. No, I haven't read Jay Shetty's book yet. Is that the... What was the name of that one? Is that the one that had the monk in the title? Frank says, what is Hollywood waiting for, casting you big? I was wondering that like the first 15 years I was here. Back when I was young and cute, I was wondering. They never knocked on my door. And if they did, it was for roles I would not play. So I had to be a little discerning. There's some stuff I turned down. Okay, do you listen to Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or some rapper, and what is your age? And can you do a house tour? I'm gonna do a house tour soon. No, I've never listened to those ladies. I couldn't even tell you one song they sing. Am I missing out? Is it wonderful music? I don't know. I love your acting in Dhar Mann. Thank you. When will you be working with Julius Lambrecht and Ayden again? I'm not sure. You know, yesterday I thought Julius was going to be Friday, I thought Julius was going to be the actor. I don't know why. I just assumed he would be because there was like a 17-year-old kid in the scene. But it was somebody I hadn't met before whose name was, I want to say Leaf, but it's not Leaf. Like Leave, Lev. So I don't know if he's ever worked on Dhar Mann before, but you'll see a new teenage kid coming out. Oh, and the guy, do you remember the guy who played the nonverbal autistic in the restaurant one? I worked with him on Thursday and Friday. So that's going to be a good one. Yeah. Hi, Alanis. Let's see. The Karen wigs look really great on you. Thank you. Are you taking Jay Shetty's masterclass? No, there's a lot of classes coming out, and I've been so busy making my own class making my own online class I've been working on for 3 years, that I don't have time to be taking everybody else's class or I wouldn't get mine done. So there's something that I'll eventually teach you guys about productivity and getting more accomplished in life. But to sum it all up for you, I have like the 7 steps to success, which I'll probably either write a book about or make a course about someday. But the 7 C's to success.
My Swiss husband went bye-bye. They see me for octopus, Mom, and bye-bye. I'm finally free. I'm officially quitting Roblox, Mom.
You're quitting Roblox? Okay. But you feel free now?
Yes.
Okay, so the 7 C's to success. I'll just tell you what the second C in the 7 C's to success are. And that is always create before you consume. So if you guys want to accomplish your goals and you want to accomplish a lot more in life,
Hey, Timmy.
then always create before you consume. So before I take someone else's class, I'm going to work a little bit on my own. Before I start to read someone else's book, I'm going to write a little bit on my own. Or whatever it is that you guys do.
I think I'm bored.
If you create videos for...
I'm sorry, y'all. Maybe I'll be happy in the next live stream. Okay, bye.
Maybe he'll be happy in the next roast live stream, he said. Somebody said to you, Roblox is the best. I think he's just frustrated with it right now and he'll come back to it. So always create before you consume. So if you're a painter, if you do wood chipping, if you're a songwriter, whatever it is, before you get on your emails, before you open up your social media, the key to success is always create your own stuff before you start consuming other people's stuff. Because how many of you guys know, oh, I'm just going to go check my status real quick and a half an hour can go by or an hour can go by and you fall into this trance and you get back and you don't even remember what you went on there for. And then you have to go to work or then you have these obligations and then you never did work on your creative thing that day because you were busy consuming other people's creations. So if you guys want to have success in life, step number 2 in my 7 C's to success is always create before you consume. Let the internet, let social media, let your email be your reward after working on what you need to work on. How many people say, oh, I want to finish this book, I want to do this or that, and then they just, don't have time. But if you counted up how many times a day they went on social media, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 16 minutes there, that's, 31 minutes you could have worked on your book that day or whatever it is. So step number 2 in the 7 C's to success is always create before you consume. All right, someone wants to know when my birthday is. It is in October. It is on the 22nd. When is my online class? I am working with the editor on it right now. The goal is September for level 1. Level 1 of You Are Worthy. I decided to break it up into 2 parts to make it easier to consume. The first half of the You Are Worthy course all deals with, learning to love yourself the way God made you, kind of a look on the outside in. People who think, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not strong enough, pretty enough, thin enough, big enough, whatever. There's a lot of that sometimes going on in our heads, comparing ourselves to others. So the first half, level 1, we're going to work on how to get out of your head and see the truth in your true beauty from the outside looking in. The next level, level 2, is an inside out approach. How do we bring out, make bigger the beauty on the inside, making us inside and out unstoppable no matter what comes our way, no matter who says what to you, where you, by the time you're done taking the course, you'll be able to walk into any room, no matter how many gorgeous, rich, famous, popular, beautiful people are there, and you will not feel like an outsider. You will love yourself and you will think, I fit in and I belong here and I am worthy just as much as all these rich, famous, popular, gorgeous people. That you will be that confident in yourself. And when you are that confident, you will become unstoppable. So that's just a little bit about what the course is about. I am going to do like an hour webinar, probably mid-August or late August, where I'm going to teach a small segment out of the course and give you guys a breakdown of all the different things in it. So look forward to that. That will be a free webinar. The course does cost money. but yeah, I'll get more on that when we get closer to that. What interested you to start acting? I don't know. I think I always loved performing. My mom put me in dance classes when I was a little girl, and I did tap, ballet, and jazz for 10 years. And I remember always like dressing up and having costumes and putting on shows whenever my mom's friends would come over. I would entertain them. I would get my friends and I would direct them and choreograph little dances and decide like scenes we would act out and stuff like that. I joined Dhar Mann in 2018. 18. That's the year you were born. If you guys look at some of my first videos, I was like 50 pounds heavier because it was just a couple months after having him and I hadn't lost all the weight yet. So I think if you watch some of the Dhar Mann videos, there's a range of like, I don't know, some videos I'm weighing like 180, some 170, 160, 150, 140. I even got down to like 130 at one point.
I
Well,
like this.
we went back up though during COVID.
I like this.
You like them? You like my earrings? I should do a video just on my weight fluctuations on Dhar Mann. Okay. How much do you charge for counseling? You know what? You can inbox me on Instagram and we can talk about it. How do you deal with death of a loved one? Day by day, I try not to go to the place of I'm never ever gonna see them again. I really try to remember the contributions they had to my life, to remember the beautiful things. It doesn't stop sometimes from hurting. It doesn't stop you sometimes from crying. I was just this week realizing, my acting coach, directing coach, mentor, Timothy Oman, I just this week had one day that I didn't think of him. People say when someone dies, I think of you every day. He died in April, and for the last 3.5 months, I've thought about him every single day and cried a lot of the days. But one day I didn't think about him, and I thought to myself, that must mean I'm starting to heal. That must mean I'm realizing, he is in a better place, and maybe I do feel like I can go on without him. But yeah, in 3.5 months, there's only been one day I haven't thought about him. So you're going to take however long you need to heal, and you just have to let it be what it is. One of the beautiful things about the Jewish culture is they have a set amount of time for mourning. They don't let themselves be stuck for months and months, not doing anything, feeling sad, not getting back to their life. They have a set period of time that they mourn, and I think that's a really good idea. Something we could all follow, because it's easy to go down into depression, into the abyss, and not come out of it. So I don't know. Sometimes you just need to set a time and say, okay, I did my mourning, and now I need to move on with life. My loved one would want me to move on with life. So we can't just think of the pain we're in. Hey, Rhoda. We have to also think of, what would they want from me? They wouldn't want me to be letting my whole life slip away, just feeling sad about them. They wouldn't want that for you. So always keep that in mind too. Why isn't, let me go back and see that question. Why isn't Dhar in a lot of the behind the scenes? I watched, Dhar works from home mostly because he wants to be with his babies and his fiance. And I don't know all the reasons, but he's got everybody trained to the point where he doesn't need to be there overseeing everyone. He's trained his people good, and he's not there micromanaging everyone. So he'll be there if it's like a big influencer, some, notable person. But he doesn't need to be there in the day-to-day operations. He's available to the head person through text to answer any questions, but he trusts that they're going to do the right things and do their job properly. Yeah. How come some people think you can decide what goes to meet and greets and who doesn't? I don't know. I don't have anything to do with meet and greets. He's a millionaire. Yeah, he is. And when you become a millionaire, or even before, you can decide whether you want to go to work or not. I think it's a great life not to have to go to work, but to be able to work from home. Somebody is telling me I should listen to Lady Gaga. Do you guys agree with that? Should I listen to Lady Gaga? I'll let you guys vote, and then maybe I'll listen to a song of hers. I did hear her song from that movie, A Star is Born. I listened to that one. Okay, why did Farron say this family is a family business, lady? You wouldn't understand. That was in retort to me when I evicted them saying, you wouldn't understand. I think I told the kid, young Farron, this is grown-up business. You wouldn't understand. So he was just giving me a taste of my own medicine. So that was that. I'm a Libra born October 3rd, not that close. Hey, Helen, can you invite Ayden to the meet and greet? I don't even know what meet and greet you're talking about. So, you said to the kid, okay. Hey, Anthonique, how are you? October 22nd, yes, that's my birthday. I hope Dhar Mann makes his own video of his life. Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? He's probably already thought of it. He might already have a script for it. I think he's like 40 videos ahead. We've shot like 40 videos that haven't even come out yet. And I think he probably has script ideas for at least 100 more. Katherine, before, what does people say to your eyes? I don't know. Some people think they're cool. Some people think I'm faking it. Can you greet my friend Glenna a very happy birthday? Well, happy birthday, Glenna. I hope you have a marvelous day. I hope this year is better than all the years that have come before it. And I hope you do just what you want to do. Do what makes your heart happy and stop trying to please others. Okay, so Katherine, I'm a Libra, you're a Libra. My birthday's the 19th, close to yours. The meet and greet we're gonna have on August, as you said. Okay, you should buy Asics shoes. They're better than Adidas. Okay, noted. Uzaki, I love you so much. The meet and greet we're gonna have on August, as you said. Okay, so apparently there's a meet and greet in August. All right, I don't tell my age because actors usually don't tell their age because they play a wide variety of roles. And the moment you say, I'm this age, they go, oh, you're too young for this, or you're too old for that. So what you do when you're an actress is you just let it be a mystery. My acting coach taught me to say, whatever age you think I am is fine with me. So that's what I usually do. Whatever age you think I am is fine with me. You think I'm young, you think I'm old, I don't care as long as I keep working. Okay, how many years do you want to continue acting? I don't know. If it wasn't for Dhar Mann right now, I don't know if I would still be doing it because I started to get burned out. I started to not want to do it anymore. And I was like, God, I've had enough. 20 years is enough. I'm done. I just want to be a writer and I just want to be a speaker and help people. And then this came along and it fell right into things because one of the reasons I wanted to stop acting is because I felt like I wasn't making a difference in other people's lives because I would be doing all these little films that no one's ever seen or heard of. Like you guys were wondering if I've ever done anything before Dhar Mann. Well, I've done like 150 projects. And each time I got on a project, I kept thinking, this might be the one. This one might go viral. This one might get out there. This one might make me known. None of them did. None of them did. So I put 18, 20 years into pursuing an acting career full-time, and people still didn't know about any of it. So they didn't have good PR or the project didn't turn out well. I don't know what it was. But it never worked out that I became visible, even though I put in the hard work for a couple decades. So anyway, there's millions of people who watch you and Dhar Mann. My dad just turned 47 yesterday, and most of the day we watched your videos, and he thought you were an adult, like 27. Well, happy birthday to your dad. I wish Dhar Mann could make You really inspire a Dhar Mann video acting so much. Are you friends with Ricki? Yes, I'm friends with Ricki. How did you become a writer and actor, and have you ever considered making your books available in audiobooks? Yes, I've considered the audiobooks. I wouldn't even know the first thing about Braille. My goal is to record one of my audiobooks before the year is over. I know I have 3 books I need to record, but you know, you guys know my acting coach died? Well, I just found out my voice coach died. I just found out last week. So my directing coach, acting coach, and now my voiceover coach died, who was helping me with my audiobook. So things I have to figure out on my own, which I don't necessarily feel qualified to do. My voice is what I feel is one of my weaker areas. So my acting coach, God rest his soul, was amazing, brilliant Shakespeare teacher, and he told me I wasn't very good at reading my poetry. So that shook my confidence. So somehow I have to figure out how to get good at reading my own poetry. Once I do that, I can record my audiobook. But I have to focus on finishing the course first. There's millions of things I'd like to do. You guys asked me this year to write a book on depression and happiness. I still want to do that. I've started a little work on it. I want to do a special thing for my dad this year. That's going to take a long time. I've got to finish my course. I'm still trying to do deal with the probate courts on my other friend that died, my mentor and friend that was going to help me produce some films. She died in August. So I have still a lot of paperwork to do on her stuff. So it's like, I do want to get to the audiobooks, but I only have so much time in the day, and I'm caring for these little ones. So doing the best I can. Thank you. Hi, Chantel. How are you? Dhar said, stop existing. That's right. I think he meant it in a negative way, like stop living, but because this person on here called Dhar Woman, he's always writing negative comments. I don't know why you're not happy with your life, but I hope you start to find some happiness. Yeah, okay, he says he's kidding now, but I do see you, Dhar Woman, and I see you post negative comments all the time and being mean to people, and that's not really the vibe of this community. So I don't know about that. So that's not how we treat people. If you know, there was a saying that my mom used to say when I was growing up, and maybe you guys have heard this saying before. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Do I need to say more? Okay. Were you born with heterochromia? Yes. I think so. I don't know. I didn't look in the mirror when I was born, and I probably wouldn't have remembered. But the first time I remember having it, I was 3. So I came home crying. His kids were making fun of me, and that's when my dad told me I had angel eyes. So you guys, if you were here for the Q&A with my mom, I think my mom said I was born with it. I don't know, sometimes babies are all born with like this dark gray colored eyes, and then it takes a few months to develop whatever their eye color is going to be. Yeah, when Timothy was born, his eyes were closed he didn't even open his eyes for a couple of weeks, almost like a little new kitten. Well, he was so early that, yeah, he was not ready to come yet. Okay, do you know anything about astrological signs? Not really. I don't really follow that stuff. Okay. We could give this Dhar Woman poser a chance, but he has to prove that he's nice. He has to prove that he can be a contribution and have nice things to say and not just be mean, and then do the cop-out of I'm just kidding. So, yeah. Yes, I live in Los Angeles. Dhar Mann operates his studios out of Los Angeles. Do you watch Pixar? Yeah, I do watch Pixar. Well, you know, I have a 3-year-old, so I watch whatever the kids are watching. How tall am I? I am almost 5'5". I say I'm 5'5". I'm almost 5'5". Can you wish my younger sister and my mom advanced happy birthday? Hannah, I want to wish them a giant, huge happy birthday. May their day and year be blessed, and may they get everything they want. And most importantly, everything they need. My mom said when I was born, because I was born a month early, I still had a hole in my heart because it wasn't formed all the way. Yeah, same with Timothy. He had a hole in his heart. It hadn't closed yet. They were going to do heart surgery on him, but because he was almost 4 months early. It was so scary. But prayer prevailed, and they didn't end up needing to do the heart surgery. Okay. You were an angel who was sent down to earth. Oh, thank you. Have you watched Chronicles? I don't know what that is. Do you like rap music? I used to love rap music. In high school, I listened to 2 types of music, country and rap. I liked country for the storylines, because I'm a storyteller. I would get a kick out of their storylines. And then I was a dancer, so I liked rap for the dance. I didn't really like their lyrics, but I liked the beat. So what time is it here? It's about 8:45 in the morning. Do I use a 5G phone? I think so. Where were you born? I was born in a cold state called Minnesota. Thanks for giving me content for the GG grantee is? I don't know what that means. Okay, in collabs, Dhar Mann uses actors to play the person he's collaborating with. For example, Alicia Underwood played Jamie Kern-Lima. The actual Jamie was featured at the end of the video. Why is that? Well, I think usually, I don't know the exact reason, so I'm just guessing. A lot of times what they're talking about is something that happened earlier in their life. So they need kind of someone to play a younger version of them because something happened when they were 10 years younger, 15, 20 years younger. Also, I think a lot of actors, a lot of the collabs, the people aren't necessarily actors. So they probably don't feel comfortable, or they couldn't maybe pull off the acting, or they probably are so busy because they're reached such high status now that they don't have the time. I mean, I'm just guessing, but that would be a good guess, I think. I started watching Dhar Mann videos by looking at your beauty and acting. Oh, thank you so much. So that's great. What was the boy's name, but not the little one? The 13-year-old is Timothy. The 3-year-old is Elijah. Say thanks to Dhar Mann for making such videos from my side. Yeah, he does a good job. He's got more in the works. Have you guys noticed the scripts are getting longer? They used to, remember when Facebook a couple years ago, they only used to be 5 minutes long, 6 minutes long, 10 at the most. So Chronicles is a YouTube channel, more mature content than Dhar Mann. I don't know, never heard of them. What is the difference between giving someone a taste of their own medicine and having revenge? Well, I don't know if there is much of a difference. I suppose it depends. I mean, sometimes as a parent, you want to give a kid a taste of his own medicine, not in a mean way, but you know, if someone's not sharing their toys or something, and then you take their toy away or something, somebody takes their toy, I don't know, you take their toy and you're like, do you see how that feels? Do you see how that feels to get your toy taken away? You don't like that, do you? Okay, well now you share with your brother. That's a lot different than revenge. Sometimes you can give someone a taste of their own medicine to teach, to have, you know, a teaching thing, but revenge is always with an evil intent of your heart. You're hurt, you're in pain, you're angry, and you just want to get back at them to make them feel the same pain you're feeling or they made you feel, that's not good. Vengeance is mine, says God. So my sister is extremely happy you wished her happy birthday. Oh, wonderful. I love how in most Dhar Mann videos you're the mean person, but in reality you're really nice. What is the definition of a moocher? I don't know what the actual dictionary definition is, but when I've used the word moocher in the past, it meant someone who just tries to get from you and doesn't really make a contribution. They're just takers. I'm probably the only one who has heard that I'm probably the only one here that has a condition, but I am not talking about it much. I only have one more year to live, so just enjoy. Oh, princess. Well, make that year the best year you've ever had. Pray that God extends it. Pray that God makes it longer. Pray that you accomplish everything on earth that you're supposed to accomplish. But live to the fullest. However much time you have left, live with joy. Live as a contribution. Don't worry about what won't be. Don't worry about the future. Live here and now to do things for your fellow man, to do things that make you happy and give you joy, and do things that please God. That's what I would do. Do you play video games? Not anymore, but I did as a teenager. I've got too much going on. Remember, create before you consume, right? Okay, so here you go. I haven't seen people do this ever. Me either. Okay, so Frank just donated some money to get his comment seen. I have never seen it done either. So Frank is the one who originally told me that I should sign up for super chats. And that's when you can pay a little bit of money to make sure your comment is seen and it's highlighted. I didn't even know what it was till Frank told me about it. And I wasn't even eligible at the time. I looked into it and I was like, oh, I'm not eligible. It took me a few months to get eligible. So anyone who is upset that their comments aren't getting seen, I guess YouTube has made a way where if you pay a little bit of money, your comment gets big and bright and highlighted, and then I can see it amongst all the other ones scrolling by. So that is an option for those who feel like they really have something they want to ask me, and they're not getting the chance because there's so many comments. Okay, what is your favorite part of working with the Dhar Mann cast? It really, you know how Dhar Mann at the end of every video goes, hey Dhar Mann fam. It really is a family. Everyone is rooting for each other. I think only once have I seen, that I can remember, only once have I seen a tiny bit of drama. And that was actually this week. That was actually this week. But it was not one of the regulars. I don't think the person has ever even had any lines, but they made a comment accusing someone of being racist, which it wasn't even the case. But I think this person was just, you know how when people say stuff, it says more about them than it does about the person they're talking about. I think this person was insecure about something, and so they said to the woman a comment that made it seem like the woman was racist, and it wasn't that situation at all. I was there, I witnessed it. But you know, some people just speak out of their hurt feelings. Some people just speak out of what they've been through, and they, you know, just for an example, if you are a guy and you've had girl after girl after girl break up with you, cheat on you, treat you bad, the next time you meet a girl, you already have that in the back of your head. You already have, oh, they're probably going to break up with me or cheat on me or whatever. So you already have kind of a preset, preconceived notion. So I think this person had been hurt in the past, or someone had made comments before about their race. So when we were looking at photos of someone and the person said, oh, do you know who this is? And she said, oh, is that you? And the person, probably hurt from their past, said, oh yeah, that's not me. Oh, you think we all look alike. So anyway, it wasn't that much drama, but it was kind of startling because the person who said it thought this person was being racist. And she wasn't. She just genuinely thought that she looked like this person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay. So that was what that is. Okay. So I'm going to probably on about 5 more minutes. So get your questions in quick, because then we gotta get these little ones ready for church. Okay. Thank you, Sam's World. Do you know how to keyframe? Does that have to do with green screen? I don't know how to do that. Somebody says, is Dhar Mann a millionaire? I think so, because I heard his house is worth like 14.5 million. Okay, what? Oh, okay. We're going on a little adventure because Eli's screaming about something. So that's my green screen studio. Well, used to be my dining room. Now it's my green screen studio. Okay, let's see what Eli wants. Why is Dhar having you as the Karens? I don't know. Oh, what? What do you want? You want this? This? Okay, I'm trying to see. You want these footballs? No, you want to play with this? Or do you want these footballs? Okay. Is that what you want? Okay, I'm getting you these toys out of here. And hopefully that will make you happy. Okay, sorry guys. How did you become fat? They used prosthetics on me in the fat episode 1. I wore a fat suit and then they put prosthetics on my face. Okay, please read. Are you in English? Shamed video. Is that one? Is that something that's coming out? I don't know. I can't keep track of all the videos I'm in. I get too much going on. You guys can keep track for me. You guys can tell me if I'm in it or not. It was funny, we were having that discussion on set yesterday, and they were talking about these videos, and I was like, that sounds familiar. I think I might have been in that one. I can't remember. Okay, I went to a top school in my city. Okay, great. What is your favorite food to eat? Fruit. I had some watermelon for breakfast. I have watched 68 hours of what? Dhar Mann videos? It's 6 p.m. Have you been through depression? Yes, that's why I'm working on a book on that topic. Without talent like you and others, there would be no Dhar Mann. Oh, thank you. That's kind. What phone do you use? It's an iPhone. I think it might be an iPhone 12. How many times have you acted in Dhar Mann? I think I've been in about, I don't know, 106. 68 hours is total time people watched your vids. You know what? It took me like, I had a YouTube channel since 2009. That's when I posted my first video. Some of you guys weren't even born then. I've posted semi-regular for the last 4 years, but it took me, and then pretty regular the last 2 years. It took me 2 to 4 years to build up my 4,000 watch hours to even be eligible to be monetized. So it can take a while. Not everybody reaches the level of fame and success right away. So don't feel bad about it. XTNA was born in 2009. Oh, that's great. Have you tried an Android phone? I think I've had an Android phone before. Do you know I had a Windows phone? I don't know if that's an Android, but Windows, the computer, I had a Windows phone, and I bought it, just silly girl stuff. I bought it because it was pretty. It was purple. But I couldn't get all the apps that I use because the apps didn't make apps really for Windows phones yet. They made them for iPhone and Android. So I ended up not having that phone long because I couldn't get any of the apps I needed because the app store, whatever. Okay, somebody said, is that real? What did you feel you were going through depression? How long did it take you to get through it? At my worst, well, You know, it's like, I want to say it took a few years, but it doesn't have to take that long. You can get help faster. You can change your thoughts and your mindsets faster. You can be putting in the good faster. You can read self-help books, listen to sermons, read the Bible. You can talk to someone, have a counselor, have someone help you through. You can get out of it faster, so you don't have to stay stuck there. Now, sometimes depression is due to our thoughts, but sometimes it's due to a chemical imbalance in the brain. So you can see a psychiatrist. You can get help. You can get on medicine that might help that part of your brain, and you can get out of it faster. You don't have to stay stuck being miserable. No, Lily, I don't think I went to a top school. I never even went to college. I don't know if you're talking about college. I just went to the one and only high school that was in my hometown. So was it the top? It was probably the top in my town because it was the only one. Oh, Laura's daughter. Yes, Dar and Laura had their second baby girl, Mila, on Father's Day last week. Thank you, Zany Zombie Gamer. Oh. Okay, so the hour is up. Do you have one last pressing question? Otherwise, I gotta go. I don't think Dar's wife is pregnant again. It's only been a week, guys. Can you give life inspiration for kids? You know what? We'll do something maybe in the next video.
Wait,
oh, Timmy wants to say goodbye before we end the live stream.
I'm sorry for not making it. I was just thinking fluid. That was my life. No, don't end the live stream, Mom. I want to answer a few questions.
Okay. So Timmy says don't end the live stream. He wants to answer a few questions. Okay, let's put it down to your level. Okay. Any last questions? Timmy wanted to answer a couple questions before we go off.
What advice would you give someone depressed?
What advice would you give someone who's depressed?
Be happy.
How can they be happy?
By worshiping God.
By worshiping God. From Timmy's mouth to your ears. I have 2 kids.
Cute.
Timmy, do you like science?
Oh yeah, I do.
What do you like about it?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Okay.
What's your favorite game in Roblox? Camping 2.
Camping 2 is his favorite game in Roblox. Okay, so,
Adopt Me is his favorite game. That's a cringe game.
Okay, so say, I don't like that game.
I don't like that game.
But don't put other people's choices down. Okay? Okay, what is your...
Timmy Toeblocks.
Timmy Toeblocks is his username. Someone says, you're my new friend. Okay. Is Dar 5'11"? I think Dar's more like 6'2". He's very, very tall.
So
maybe taller.
So that was my dog, Pluto.
Okay, what grade are you in, Timothy?
6th grade.
No.
7th grade.
Yeah, you just finished 7th grade, so that means you're going into...
8th grade!
8th grade, okay. Do you miss life before social media? Not really.
Cute.
Okay, so any last questions for Timmy? Otherwise, we got to get our day going over here. What's your favorite color, Timmy?
Red!
His favorite color is red. He looks short in his videos. You can never tell how tall someone is from the videos.
You can talk about my videos on my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, by the way, make sure you subscribe to Toeblocks.
So he wants you to subscribe to his YouTube channel, which is Toeblocks. T-O-B-L.
I just released a new video. I just released a new video called Epic Oreo Challenge. Make sure to watch that right now.
Hi, Bella. Hi, Bella. Okay, so we're gonna say goodbye. Right?
How are you so cool?
How are you so cool?
I just play video games. Sometimes I uninstall them because it's all a cursed image.
Okay, so he's saying he plays video games, but sometimes he uninstalls them because he sees a cursed image. So bad content. You'll uninstall the video game so you don't, because you want to keep your eye gate safe.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to see bad stuff. Okay.
That means that's Toeblocks.
Yep.
Yes.
That's his name. All right. PS5 or Xbox?
PS5.
Okay, he doesn't even have one.
Anyways, that's all for the video, mate. On the live stream, if you watch this episode, make sure to subscribe to Toeblocks and Double. When I just tell stories,
We're changing lives.
Bye, y'all.